Yes, 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 everybody. Russ on the West End Network. Hope you are all safe and well, my peeps. Hope you are all safe and well. We are back, obviously, for the pre-season friendly against CELTA Vigo later on today. But as always, and anyone new to the channel, we do match day mornings. So every home game here, we try and get nice and early to give you guys a bit of an atmosphere, or a feeling of what it's like. Obviously, we know, obviously, it being the pre-season friendly, it's worth mentioning also here that anything we earn on the stream today will go to the Iron Supporting Food Banks as well. Um, just to make that point clear. So anything that's earned on the stream today goes to the Iron Supporting Food Banks. And if you're not coming today, I would very much applaud you to make a donation to the Iron Supporting Food Banks as well. Um, because they won't be collecting here today. So yeah, just want to make that point very, very clear. Stats, I hope you well. Sega, yeah, not too bad, not too bad. It's a muggy day. It's a muggy day today, and quite possibly the place will be empty, Gary. But it's a good opportunity. I can see for myself. Obviously, I'll be working here. Seeing the new signings, I imagine there'll be a number of new signings. Obviously, having signed six, technically seven, maybe Todibo may be on the pitch today. I don't know. I wouldn't think so, but yeah, there'll be confirmation of that as well. Kenneth, hope you're well. Um, it's 3-3-3. Haven't you got to make a wish? Is that 11-11-11? In the great state of Texas. It's very muggy here today, really muggy. But we are here. Actually, my lens is a bit. Sorry, I'm just gonna. It's a bit. That's a bit better. Yeah, it's a bit muggy today, but I hope I hope to get to see some of the new signings today, and also get an idea of what formations we're going to be playing, and because we know that Lopetegui likes to play a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1, but all pre-season he's played three at the back. Obviously, the signing of Todibo might suggest. Um, I don't know what it might suggest really. I suppose if we're not selling again, if no one's coming in for him, then I just don't understand what's going to happen. Seth says, so apparently AVB hasn't been picked for the community shield. Yes, there was a counter argument that he might have a slight, because he had a knock, didn't he, for the at the San Diego game, concussion. So, but yes, we could finish this transfer window with at least eight new players, completely unrecognisable, really. Kenneth, hope you're well. Looking forward to the season ahead. Yeah, me too. Um, Paul, hope you're well. Like the new kit. I don't like the yellow bit. I don't like the yellow triangle bit. I like the rest of it. It's white. I like a white kit. Um, I think it's a grower. We will see that kit for the Crystal Palace game, I believe. The first time we'll see that. If you haven't seen it, go and see it. It's white, claret collar, claret sort of sleeve things, and here it's like a yellow bit, and I don't know how I feel about that yellow bit at the moment, but we'll see. Nick thinks on Clown Booze that we'll play a 4-3, a 3-4-3. Don't think we will, mate. I can't see us. I think we'll play. Oh, well, that's yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of five at the back or three at the back, depending in possession or not. I don't know. Um, Autocorrect here, I keep saying AVB rather than AWB. I think people have a bit of a heart attack thinking Andre Villas-Boas will be turning up in the dugout. Good morning, Bobby. Hope you're well. Any news on Duran, or is that over now? I think with the Duran deal, I think we'll have to wait and see. I wouldn't be surprised if it could be a very late. I think once we've done, if once Adibo is officially announced, once well, he is official. Well, it's the social media post from British Romano said this morning that he signed. We've had the jetpack picture, which we've all wanted for so long. Um, I think that, and then Wan-Bissaka in. I think that will be us done. Bar any significant outings. So if for example, I know Danny Ings goes, that would potentially free up a space, maybe for us to look at Durant, but that would be a loan. I don't see us spending any more money. Um, Obviously, Kurt Zuma going, that's accelerated the Tadibo deal as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Um, what we got it, Alex. Today we must see most of the starting lineup for next season. Can't wait. You would imagine so, but obviously the fact is, with the signing, we're still potentially signing two very important pieces of the jigsaw in Tadibo and Wan-Bissaka. That's three quarters of a brand new back four if we play a back four, of course. Um, and I still don't know. I think today, hopefully, we'll get some sort of idea. But if we do play four at the back, it shows that we can play three at the back. We can adapt, and that's what I like. It got very predictable um, when we did the what's it called, the starting 11 shows of the year. Very predictable, but now it's different. Um, we don't necessarily know what formation we're going to be playing. We don't know also the players as well, and the best sides do that. The likes of United's, sorry, City rather, the likes of Liverpool, they drop players, they bring players in as and when required. So I'm really excited to see how that's all going to work. But we shall see. Really hope we're not playing five defenders for all the attacking we've got. Next to fullback, but not a wing back. That's why I still think we're going to play a four at the back. I still think we're going to do a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3 maybe if we're a bit more attacking, with dropping Kudos back into that, who's back into the midfield. But again, no one really knows. No one really knows really. For me, I think I've always thought the 4-2-3-1 fits the criteria of players we're bringing in. So we brought in a second CDM so he can double pivot, or if not, there's cover for Alvarez. Paqueta drops into an 8 role, and then we've got the likes of Somerville, Kudus, Bowen, the Folk up front, and then that to me seems the most logical, but we don't know. Well, now I hope you're well. Do we know if there will be a stream? I don't think so, mate. Barry, hope you're well. Peter, Terry Gisens, he was, and he knows his La Liga, and he spoke of him, in the same realm as Barcelona wanted him as a replacement for Busquets. I love that all day, mate. I love that all day. What do you expect with regards to how many turn up today? People calling for a boycott. Yeah, everyone is open. Is Can make their own decisions in terms of what they want to do. I've seen people either side of the argument. I totally get it. Just to reiterate, with any money that we make from today from this little stream, will go to the Undersport Food Banks. We're not profiting from this stream today. Just to make that point clear. And I recommend you do the same. Andrew very kindly has gifted 5 West Ham Network memberships. Very kind of you, Andrew. Thank you. Now, what's really interesting about the West Ham memberships is on, I think it's probably Saturday or Monday, we're going to be announcing our plans for the 24-25 season in terms of what you can expect from West Ham content, what you can expect from the West Ham network, both in terms of membership, both in terms of um, all that stuff, all that good stuff. So we've got some exciting plans which you want to announce, and the membership is getting a real reboot. So for those 5 people, they're very lucky. They're very kind of you. At long last, as soon as you get excited about it, you're totally right, and hopefully you do get excited about it. I hope you do it because you should do. You should be able to get excited by it. We now have a squad of players capable of switching things around both on and off the pitch. We certainly do, Peter. Just for about Maverick Paris Leguer being allowed to leave. Any truth to that? I would assume they will. I assume they will be looking to move people on. I think unlike what happens before, we bring people in, so we get rid of people, and then we're scrabbling. That's not a case now. We're getting the bodies in. I think if we do see a Gerd or Mavropanos leave, I wouldn't be surprised if you bring in another centre half, whether it is a Chalaba, whether it is Mario Hermoso or someone like that. Maybe more like Mario Hermoso, like a free transfer to cover that position. But we're okay at the moment. For Sheezy, bloody hell. Jesus, this is 2021. Hope you're well, mate. Is the West Ham showing the match day? I don't think so, but I don't know. What's going on with Chelsea? They're just on the seventh keeper. I haven't got a clue what's going on with Chelsea there. I don't think no one does. I don't think even Chelsea do. And they're going to be spending 60 million quid on Neto, Pedro Neto from Wolves. Good player. But then they've let Conor Gallagher go, and it looks like they're going to get Samu in as well. Um, I think they've spent about 200 million with Neto coming in, and I think with everything we bring in, I think we're going to get a net. I think they spent like 70 million or something like that. Only 70 million. It's ridiculous, isn't it? But um, we've done some really good business. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you very much. Very kind of Bruce. Having reduced attendance would be great. It's unfair in front of fans. Possibly. We've been led to be believed from Fabrizio Romano that he's signed, sealed, and delivered. Obviously, we got the jet picture, which was good. Um, I imagine he's been doing all his. I mean, obviously, the team were here yesterday training as well, I believe. So I imagine he was doing all his press stuff as well here. So possibly, I don't know. I honestly don't know. But we haven't had one of those for a long time. I think I'm trying to think the last time we got a player on the pitch when they signed Bowen. Definitely, I remember that happening. Uh, I'm trying to think. Last time a player was announced having signed on the pitch, not signed on the pitch, but having signed and then welcomed onto the pitch, like a pre-match or half time. Got a feeling. Got a feeling it was Cornet or someone like that. Good afternoon, morning, Howard. Hope you're well. Gatesy, hope you're well. Red Raft at EILE again. Thoughts? I think we would again for someone like Wahir. I think that to me is always looks like a power play for Duran because they're sort of similar type players. Although Duran's a bit more physical, they're both very fast and can get up and down the pitch and run the channels and harass defenders and then harass the fullbacks. So that to me would make more sense as a smokescreen for a Duran than when the fault came in. That to me wasn't a smokescreen. So focus on Dio. That I haven't paid attention to Zuma. I don't know actually, Sato. I'd imagine so. We're obviously that confident that he's going. Um, Maresco gone by Christmas. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think that's it's not even a hot take. I think everyone's assuming he's going to be gone by then. To be honest, when I saw Chelsea sign Neto, I thought it was a supermarket. Oh, that's an idol. That's an old reference there, Peter. Signed, sealed, and delivered. Steve Wonder, indeed. 2000. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, would they do an extra on the pitch before the game? Possibly, possibly. I mean, I'd imagine, in theory, he'd probably be in the uh, starting lineup for the Villa game. So they could do. They could do. Um, yeah, they might. I don't know. I don't know, mate. To be honest, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've got a feeling it was Cornet. It was either Cornet or Kudus. One of them. I'm pretty sure it's Cornet. He was. He was pre-match. We just signed him on the Friday, I think, and then we sort of introduced him on the Saturday. I'm 99% sure. I remember. Yeah, I mean, we could go right back. I remember the best one for me. The best one was Alex Song when we signed him on loan because I remember doing a little pre-match meeting and like the media head of media at the time said, right, we've bundled. They literally bundled him in like under a blanket, so because they didn't want anyone to know we were signing him. And I think we got a massive sort of step up of anyone else. They took it by surprise. and then we announced him like pre-match, I think it was. I remember it vividly, so I was like, it was so exciting. Um, I'm excited about it. It's full of promise. I think it is, Lawrence. It is. Hope you're well. Um, it is full of promise. We just need to deliver that now, isn't it? it it's as Brian Clough famously said, you don't win football on paper. On paper, you look at the side we've got now. Pretty well, it's pretty unrecognisable from the side we finished last season. Yes, there's a few, three or four players who have maintained, but you got to think we've got potentially, if Wan-Bissaka comes in, the Tadibo deal, that's three quarters of a new back four. We've got Paqueta playing in an eight role. If not, we've got Rodriguez playing as a double pivot. We've got that left side, which has always been troublesome for us the last couple of years. We've got a new striker off the bench. We've got options. We've got Luis Guilherme on the bench. We've got the likes of George Earthy if need be. We've got Rodriguez if he's on the bench. JWP, Soucek still there. We've got a squad now where we had 11 and a few subs. This is a proper squad now. So hopefully, we've got the right man, the right head coach who can um, deliver that, which is what all that's important. And be able to work with a squad as well, because that's important as well. What's the state of mind we'll be betting? I don't know, mate. I don't know. But for a lot of these players, playing football is their release. So hopefully, um, get him on the pitch and see him smile. With the likes of Ings, Cornet, make the bench. Just about, but we've only because we've got 9 subs, haven't we now? What music are you playing today? Don't know. Wait and see. I need some cult personality playing. We'll see, mate. We'll see. Yeah, I might have a wander around see if I can bump into him today. Um, yeah, I think you're probably. I reckon. I'll be surprised if you see some social media pictures of him in a box today, just because having just signed for the club, he's probably doing all the. I mean, he's a friendly as well, so they might have more. And we don't. I don't know. I think it's just the lower tiers are open today. I think I don't know exactly, but so there's a bit more space to do some media stuff if they want to do it quickly now. This window has been a style of Moscow. It has been on paper, but obviously let's see what happens in terms of moving forward. Um, Hindsight's a great thing. We can judge the signings, but only really after this season. Really, if we have a good season, if we get back into Europe, then or maybe even done something a relative canter rather than sort of last minute, last game of the season trying to get points to get into Europe. If we can qualify for Europe night, if we can get that 40 points as quickly as possible, allay of those fears, and then push on. Decent cup run as well, maybe. Who knows? Who knows? Um, it's exciting. It's exciting times. Do what Bobby said, hit the like button. At least we won't have to. No, you're totally right. This might be the best we've ever had. Yeah, but I'm just gonna put a slight word of caution. 2 years ago, we spent a lot of money. We bought in eight players, lots of Flynn Downs, Skamaka, Antonio Tidakira, Areola, Emerson, and we were buzzing for that. It didn't quite work the way we wanted it to work, And in fact, only about two of them are still here now. In Areola and Emerson, I think, isn't it? No, and again. So 2/3 of those signings are no longer here, and that was only 2 years ago, two summer windows ago. So just a slight word of caution. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. But then don't forget those signings weren't bought under Tim Steiner, were they? So let's see what happens. I'd rather have a few youngsters on the bench rather than Ings. Yeah, Ian. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, um, and this is what I've been talking about all the time. For me, having George Earthy on the bench, who comes on for 5 minutes every other game, or 10 minutes, or 20 minutes every other game, is it going to help him? Is it going to help us in the long term? I don't think so. Would it be more beneficial to send George out on loan and play a season for Wickham and then come back next season a more rounded player? By then, the likes of Cornet would be moved on. The likes of Ings would possibly be moved on as well. Same as Lewis Orford and likes of Tommy Suchek. They'll come back. So that makes more sense. And utilising the low market as like our reserve league. We've seen it already. Callum Marshall's gone out on loan to Huddersfield yesterday. And also it was announced about PK, about Patrick Kelly going to Doncaster. Michael Forbes has gone to Bristol City. I still think you're going to see a couple more go. Lewis Orford, I think, might go on loan. I think you might see maybe Casey go on loan potentially as well. Um, and that to me is the pathway. Playing by the pool, football is great. Hopefully, mate. Hopefully, Ralph. What time is kick-off? 3 o'clock today. Do you think start next week? Be interested to see the two kids. Do you do you, do they start next Friday after next? I think it's 17th is the first game. This is 17th. Is it no 23rd? I think their first game's the 23rd at home. I think they've got a couple of home games, I think. But yeah, I think the boys from Manchester, they're going to, as I say, keep an eye on David Chigueda from Man City. He's one that they've got a lot of hopes for. And Balogun as well from Man United. But I think Chigueda, for me, is someone who's going to be really, really one to look to the future for sure. Confirmed. Yeah, indeed. Apparently it was signed. It was, by all accounts. But were they down to a failure system? Possibly, possibly, or buying players which didn't fit the right fit. Yeah, exactly, didn't fit the system. You know, we went on when we bought those players. It was as a um, drive to really play a more front foot style of football, which then didn't work. So we were languishing in the lower ends of the table. Then Moyes reverted back to type, and then we were successful. He's playing the right players in that position for that system. We don't have that. We're buying people now who Lopetegui says, "I want this to fit in this system." It's all going one way, and for me, it's a lot better, a lot more thought out. The news member of Tim's, indeed. Yep, he has. Needs a loan spell, I agree. Alex, think he might take some time. Just glad the football started again. Just glad, looking forward to today. Good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing a few players today. Looking forward to just get back in it. Obviously it's a test day for us. In terms of what we do, we obviously make sure all the sounds and everything, all the equipment's all right and working. So it's all ready for the Villa game next week. Obviously, the work really starts next week. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, mate. I think it's exciting. It's exciting. Didn't know how to use the players. I totally agree. Do we still have Luizao? We do have Luizao. He will be moved on, I believe, to either Portuguese or Brazilians. Apparently, he had something like 15 clubs after him across Brazil and Portugal. Still highly regarded for his Sao Paulo days. Um, so I imagine he will be moved on loan, I think, unless a club buy him. I can't see. So it might be another loan. I think you're going to see in the next few weeks a lot of loan with options and obligations to buy, not at West Ham, but across the board, because it's a clever way. It's another loophole. So by buying Todibo on a loan with obligation to buy, he signed a 5-year deal. Plus, it's a 6-year deal because he's on loan this year. So it means we can spread the payments over 6 years. Where now, we can only spread them over 5 years if he's a permanent signing. So by doing a loan with obligation, it gives us an extra year to spread the payments up. That loophole will be closed soon, I guarantee it. Don't worry about that. Top 10, definitely. Don't know. Volcomania is running wild. Why aren't you wearing your Lederhosen? You don't know what I'm wearing underneath here. Um, Is the Betway Cup worth it? Well, we're through to the final again. Plays today, need to move on. He's not, apparently. He's not in the squad today, apparently. Does seem like the next one. Always good to have a bastard in the team. I totally agree. Perfect signing. I think he, to me, if we get AWB in, that closes the books. That closes our books. Before, realistically, this time last year, we did our first signing. I think it was the 10th of August last year. We signed Edson Alvarez. Today, we could make our seventh signing. And then by the end of next week, I think by the time Villa comes in, Wan-Bissaka's in. So 8 signings before the season's kicked off. That's a total different change. Let's go for a few more. No idea. I imagine so. Agreed. Morning, Mark. Is it on TV? No idea. Will Ariola start? Yeah, I'd imagine so. Need to sell some players we don't need. Yeah, but as I said, and I say this, so I'm blue in the face, Gary. People want to buy. People have to buy them. We can't. I guarantee the likes of Ings, Cornet, these guys, Suchek, these guys are. If teams had put bids in for them, they wouldn't. We'd have sold them. To me, it shows that no one's bothered. We're so desperate to get players off the books that we let Zuma go, although not official, but he's going to go in essence for a free just to get him off the books. We paid 28, 25, 30 million pounds for him 4 years ago, something like that. So that's how desperate we are to get him off the books. And so I think you'll see more and more of that. Danny Ings, I think we'd have to, for any side wanting to take Danny Ings, I think whether it's a loan or a permanent deal, we would have to subsidise his wages. Otherwise, he'd want to, he's well within his rights to stay there. Same as AWB. He's well within his rights to stay at Man United. He could put his feet up for a year and then next summer sign on a free contract to someone and all that, and he'll get 10 million quid, 15 million quid signing on fee. That's what he's hanging on for. He hasn't asked to leave. Man United want to sell him. So you've got to pay the loyalty bonus. So that's the issue at the moment. But it seems to be resolved by what we're hearing. Greener, good morning to you. Expecting a good cup run. I think, to be honest, Martin, and it's not sounding, don't want to sound Spursy, but I expect us to qualify for Europe this season. Whether that is in the league, whether it's in the cup. With the squad we've got now, with the fact that we haven't got European football, so you've got less games. And don't forget, the new European setup is that whole league. It's not a group, it's just a league now. So actually, there's a lot more games being played with the European side. So actually, they're playing even more than they would do in the previous traditional European seasons. So a lot more impact on their squads. So you've got to see West Ham as one of those contenders to break into the top 8 at least. I think top 6, realistically. Ideally, top 6. But I'd say, for me, Europe is the minimum. And it's the minimum for Lopetegui. He's got 2 years to get into Europe. If he gets into Europe, then he automatically gets a 3rd-year extension onto his contract. That's been written into that contract for that exact reason. It's very similar to Emerson. I agree. I think we need some balance on both sides. I think that really does give it some balance. Let's go for a few more comments. We're chopping a bit. Do you think we should look for a new keeper? Not at the moment. I think we're all right at the moment. Tim went to France in a Renault Clio. He went back on private jet with Jean-Claire Todibo. Very good. Can you give us an opinion on our 3rd kit? As I said, I like it apart from the yellow bit. That's the bit I don't like. I want to keep the fringe players. Let's have a strong bench. It is on telly, very good. Another strike if your precious Volper gets injured. I think I know what you mean. I think there's going to be. I think Todibo, Wan-Bissaka, book closed, and then if we move, I could only getting another striker in if one comes available dirt cheap, or there's a special deal, or we sell Danny Ings or Antonio, which I can't see us doing because I can't see anyone buying them, in all honesty. But YouTube user, what I think is going to be interesting, if Falkirk ends up our top goal scorer this season, will you apologise to him? Will you pen him an apology? If he scores the goals which gets into Europe, would you pen an apology? You might not, and you might be right, or I might be right, and only time's going to tell. Only time's going to tell. Um, possibly. It depends around Villa in terms of what they spend a lot of money as well. So again, it's about balancing the books. Um, if people will buy, mate, we do. We've got. I mean, there's options. You don't forget, also Somerville. He played as a centre forward as well during his time at Leeds. There are options. There are different things, but I agree with YouTube user in some respects. I think we do need one more forward in because I don't think we've got the quality after Falkirk. You would say not including Falkirk, YouTube user, but I think am I being greedy then? That would be 9 players in. I don't know. Right, let's go with a few more, and then I've got to go. The fact we've done our business without needing to sell is so much great work. Yeah, we probably do need to sell a few players to balance the books, but we've got them in first. Usually, we sell them, and then we're scrabbling around for something else. Um, we should be targeting 6th and 7th. I agree. Yeah, me too. It's so true. One injury, back to square one. Yeah, I mean that's the only area we're very light in. Um, is that forward position? You're right. Falk, to his own credit, he said, his beginning of his career, he got injured a lot, and then the last 4 years, he's been relatively injury free. But by saying that, you've, put, basically put the cat amongst the pigeons already now to say he's going to get injured. But he's that's the area we're light in. We've got bodies to play there, but we haven't got another out and out striker. Do you know what I mean? We've got people who can play there. We've got Bowen could play there. I don't like him playing there, but he could play there. We've got the likes of Antonio, who's a good player, but he's not a clinical striker. Danny Ings doesn't play that position. So for me, there's that one position where we are. You're right. We are one injury away from it going back to square one in that position. If we're going to do well this season, we need to, yeah, totally agree. How high in the league would you rate in terms of partnership? Uh, I think they're. I think it's decent. I think decent pairing. Um, looks a bit tacky. I quite like it. Third kit, sorry. 3 p.m. I don't know, mate. Fringe play will be offloaded on day. Yeah, I think for us, I think deadline day is going to be very much a case of getting the players all off the books, and then we can see where we are. I was looking at buying a third kit. Do you know if you can buy it? No, you can't. Would you take 35 million from us? But they only want to pay 30. So indeed, not a chance. He would have to score the goal that relegated Spurs to warm. Yeah, indeed. Bayern will be up to prove he shouldn't get yet. Totally agree. But it's nice being back. Yeah, it's always. I mean, this was season 24 for me. Season 24. So yeah, should be good. Thank you, Lawrence. No, I need a wee. That's what I need. I prefer Martinez. Um, a slight unknown quantity, I think, with Martinez. He can play centre back as well, which is good. But yeah, I don't know who. I think I prefer Wan-Bissaka. As you said, there is the homegrown quota as well. So yeah, that's good. Yeah, okay, probably not. Yeah, probably not, mate. As I said, just to reiterate, we any profit we make, any money we make on this stream goes towards the Iron Sport Food Banks today. It's hand. I wish it's probably just the light. In Dreamland, imagine if we get 100. Imagine if we get 180. Well, I think there is a sense of, you know, you've got the likes of Kudus, who I would imagine would be moved on next. Not moved on, but obviously the £85 billion release clause goes into effect next summer, so that could happen. Um, mm, yeah, Paqueta as well, but we're buying players in, so the likes of Somerville can drop in. The likes of these players can be dropped in already. So yeah, possibly. But you're right. I mean, what he could do with that, won't be going, but hopefully some decent minutes. Yeah, he's aid. Who's expected to come out of the armband? I think it's going to be Bowen. Um, I think he's going to be captain this year. Personally, I'm never a fan of. I mean, Bowen's a very quiet person. You know, he seems a very quiet person. I'm always a big fan of guys who shout, and personally, for me, it'd be someone like Kilman or Alvarez. But I want Bowen to just concentrate on being Bowen. Um, and never a real fan of someone who plays that left. He's a strike. He's more of a forward position. That's why I was never a fan of Harry Kane being captain of England, because I don't think you can see enough. Whereas a centre back, you can see everything. But I think that's what's going to happen. I thought you were more of a PlayStation. Oh, very funny. 24. Indeed, he's one of the best defenders. Season 41 for me. Yeah, I mean, it's probably season 40, no, 30 from my first game. That's season 38. But in terms of doing the DJ, it's season 24. 72 hours. Wow. Very surprised. Young Van Dyke. Get top six, maybe I say you take right. Give us what you'd like to see. Give us who you'd like to see start. Um, for me, I would just like to see some. I just want to see the likes. In terms of I want to see start, I want to see people that will start against Villa. This is a good opportunity to see that side. Um, how pay money to help? How pay money to help homeless? What? I don't understand, Gary, what you meant there. Apparently, Kilman is not that. Is not that. There we go. And the same prefer. Yeah, this is season 8 for James. Congratulations. Anyway, I'm gonna have to go, peeps. Busy day for Rusty B. Always is the first game back. Work out all the kinks. It's not that vocal. Thank you, Ian. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And until next time, take care, stay safe, stay warm, stay humble, keep the faith, and come on, you bloody irons. Much love. Bye bye.